Okay. Mike's picking up fine. That's picking up fine. Okie dokie. You know, I meant to grab a notepad. Keeping track of what I'm gonna do for the team and stuff. You're gonna have to do. Kanto team. Gonna try and do a bit of a challenge while I do this, so make it set that if I use a Pokemon for a team, because it changes based on region, I cannot use that Pokemon again. The team that I use for the gyms cannot be the same as the team that I use for the Elite Four. And I cannot have repeating types. I can swap out my starter if I so wish. That does not mean I'm going to, depending on how the stats look. Okay. So that is definitely a start. Actually, speaking of, I should probably walk over this way. I think there was random stuff to look at over here. What a wonderful place. Don't you agree? Ah, just a random hiker. It's been a while since I've been in the starting area. No, your kid? Did she bring hers this time? Fair. Hi there, my name's Brock, I'm the Pewter City Gym Leader. How come you still don't have any Pokemon with you? I believe that Professor Oak can help you out. Go and talk with him. Maybe one day you will challenge me. Yeah, you're gonna lose. Okay. Okay. So now we go get to Pokemon. Okay. Bulbasaur is best for the first two gyms. Squirtle's fine for the first gym. I'd have to find a grass type afterward, which, depending on my luck, I could easily find a Budew in the forest. Otherwise, there's Pikachus there. Pikachu doesn't do much for the first gym. It's fine for the water gym if it's leveled up enough. Charmander's not good for either of the first gyms, but it's a fire type. Hi, dear. I know Bulbasaur is probably best choice, but Bulbasaur's also the go-to pick for Soul. So, that's fire. What's this one? You got sunburnt? Did you finally go to the beach? Okay, we'll go with the Squirtle. And I'll see if I can catch a Pikachu in the forest. Haven't decided if that's what I'm gonna use yet for either of the teams, but well, it'll have to be one of the ones for the gym, actually. No, I stood in a parking... Why were you in a parking lot for 2 hours? He wouldn't be in a parking lot if he was kicking kids. He'd be at the playground. So now that I have a Squirtle, that means I cannot have another water type. Now I can get one if I have to use it for certain things, but not for gym fights or anything. No, for the Gunpla. What do you mean knockoff drugs? Obviously they're the real deal. It's not knockoff. It can be. I did see the pictures in Discord. And Jolly's first instinct was to think that you had gone on a trip to Norway, knowing that you had sent pictures. Was to Norway. To get plastic crack. That's fair. Which model are you building? Okay. Oh, geez, that's actually a really decent Squirtle to start. Oh, good grief, what is that roll of stats in terms of... And it's a neutral nature, so I don't have a plus or minus to anything, which is fine. I don't think attack really matters too much for Squirtle. It's full out defense, almost full out speed, almost full special attack. Definitely high special defense and HP. Hold on. I think Squirtle is a special attacker. Well, Blastoise. I'd already increased it a decent bit. Do I need to increase it more? Well, this is usually about the default of what it is on my other monitor. big, dumb, stupid head, and I love it. I see. What'd you say? Okay. Do I want to fight with Eevee training this Pokemon? Or all my Pokemon? Blastoise. Yes, because that's totally how that's spelled. Yeah, this should be fine. Their training at some point, potentially. If not, it's fine. I can't trade Pokemon or anything until I get 5 gym badges anyway. Hit my spacebar. to the Pokemart and get Professor Oak's package. Hi! How are you doing? It took me a minute to realize who you were because you changed your name. That is. Jolly's also confused on the random name having a moderator tag. Oh, the color's the same, and then I saw the mod tag, and I was like, Tona Guide. Oh yeah, Prez the reindeer. There is no logical explanation to anything at any given time. That's not logical either. Okay, now ads are disabled for 63 minutes after the last one just ended. Or is starting. I saw that! Thank you! They're probably in the middle of a fucking ad right now, too. Oh my goodness. I think through Stream Avatars, which I don't have up right now. Nightbot might have one, but I don't remember. You can. Well, it doesn't tell me over on that one. Okay, yeah. I absolutely forgot about the one on Nightbot. You're responding to him. Nope. I'm going to end up dragging my mic. Let me go. Okay. Every time I click, it starts me into a conversation. I don't want to talk this long. What? And Sprite is being a chaos child, apparently. Considering I don't know if Simple is in ad break or not, I'm kind of holding off on saying anything. Hey, I am not a Chaos Gremlin Dare. Well, I said Sprite's being a Chaos Child, apparently, and Dare goes he learned it from his mother, probably. It's like, excuse me? Yeah. No! He learned it from Coco. Coco's a little crackhead. And there goes Shadow. But, so, I don't know if you were in the ad break or not, Simple, but welcome back. I very much enjoyed checking your content out after stream ended yesterday. And first thing I clicked onto was a clip about you losing it over the elk being in there with Floppy. But I dropped a follow after looking at your channel a bit. I do very much appreciate the water comment from yesterday. It was very helpful. This game is called Pokemon Revolution Online. It is an MMO that is fan-made. It's something that I've played on and off over the years with friends, and considering I've just now made a counterpart for my initial icons and stuff I used to use for stream, which would be Wisp here, I figured I'd start her own journey and play through it like that. Do you? On YouTube, I don't do too much. I do have a channel where I was doing some story readings. I haven't done that in about a year because of some stuff that's been going on and off. I'm trying to get back into that here soon. But I will definitely look for your YouTube videos. On this, you can... I'm trying to think up to which generation do they have put in. Hold on. So we've got Kanto. Once I finish here, I'll end up in Johto. We've got Hoenn. As far as I'm aware, Estrella is their own custom-made region. I don't know if it's been fully implemented yet. It's been a decent while since I've last been on. They've got the Sevi Islands. The Pinkon Islands are somewhere around here. Vulcan Islands, Breezy Island. They do a bunch of custom event forms and things too, so this is really fun. So they've got all the way up to Gen 4 right now. I tried to get into Pogo. I wasn't the fondest of the playstyle. I still get on occasionally because I have friends that play and I help them with trades and raids and things like that. But I've played since Red and Blue, and I've played the Mystery Dungeon side games, as well as a few others. Also, they're... Jolly is the crazy ant. Let's get this correct. Espeon. Espeon has been my favorite since Gen 2 came out, ever since Gold, Silver, Crystal. I absolutely adore the Espeon. I love all of the Eevee line, but Espeon will always be my favorite. Sorry, I got too enthusiastic about that answer. Yes, the Espeon Prez. That's fair. Celebi's a sweet little onion bean. Shadow's losing his mind. Please do not murder that dachshund. He's already 17. Do not murder that dachshund. Fair. Also, you probably can't hear her. Jolly is technically in the background. She's literally on the other side of the monitor I'm playing on right now. So if you hear me responding to nothingness, it is her and her comments. I have a XLR mic hooked up to an audio mixer, so it's pretty much got decent settings to where it doesn't pick her up unless I've got it set up in a very specific way for it to try and pick up her voice sometimes. Otherwise, like yesterday while playing Wolf Quest, we do occasionally jump into the same call so stream can hear her, even though I get to deal with the ever-loving echo that is my stream audio. We definitely need to continue. I just needed a bit of a break after playing both on stream and off stream for the last like 3 or 4 days. Pretty certain I can get a Mankey here. I know they don't keep, yeah, they don't keep everything fully lined up to how it should match up to in the games. You can run into other regions' Pokemon in certain areas. Do I want a Natu? Psychic Flying. Synchronize would be a good thing to have, but I don't know if I want it this early in. Plus, there's always the ability in Hone where I can get a Ralts for a Gardevoir. Or potentially a Gallade if I can find a Dawnstone. I didn't stay in for long, but I saw yesterday you were streaming with a few others on Baldur's Gate 3? I think it was 3. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. I dropped in for a short bit. Rapid Spin can take over the spot for Tail Whip. Did you enjoy that? Did you have a bunch of fun yesterday? So fun. We all didn't say what characters were we creating. We all make people... oh, so you made siblings. You guys were having a family reunion yesterday, apparently. Ooh. Half siblings. Fair. You'll have the same dad. I definitely want this Nidoran, because a Nidoqueen would be good to have. It's just a matter of, can I get the good stats? Ah, it broke out. Get in the ball. Oh? That's fair. Depending on what I'm playing, I'll either do solo or collab. If I've got someone that's requested to set something up, that'll usually be pre-planned. Otherwise, I have the tendency to just do things sporadically. Things that I'll do multiplayer-wise, we've got Phasmophobia, Wolf Quest, there's Monster Prom. If we ended up doing that, there would only be 3 of us. I don't think we have 2 other people. We have 1 person we've got to try and get Wolf Quest, but she hasn't gotten around to it yet. So it'd just be me, Jolly, and her significant other, Munchie. Or Munchkin. I don't know if you paid much attention to him when you dropped in yesterday. The wolf icons I used for the PNG things were something I made at random for when we play Wolf Quest. I will absolutely make sure to do that. I hear him. Jolly. He's crying. I'm going to go and have a fit with that child. Stats aren't the best. I might see about trying to get a decently statted Nidoran. I may end up doing EV training. cool. That definitely sounds like a big project, though. It would certainly be fun to play. I won't fully agree or disagree, mainly because things do pop up at random for me. So if you have things set in place and have a space open and at the time I'm free, I would definitely love to join. If not, then we can always figure something out otherwise. That's fair. I know it's getting close to that time where everyone's about to start getting busy again in terms of people going back to school, going back to jobs that were off for the summer, things like that. I can absolutely understand that. That's like I have the idea of I want to do a big Jackbox stream at some point, but I am lazy half the time. And I'm not good about setting stuff up. And Jolly can vouch for me. Hey, you're lucky you get the streams that you do right now, Dare. If I had it my way, I would be curled up under a blanket, not talking to anybody, let alone going to work. Also, Dare, I do have technically an excuse for the last 5 weeks. The brats from hell came to visit, and Mama decided that it was going to be for 5 weeks. So my niece and nephew have been here like little hellions. I'm only just now getting around to being able to do stuff easily. Jolly was about to strangle an 11-year-old at one point. Why'd she stop? Because they had to make it home in one piece, otherwise his mom would have been upset. And at that point, he wasn't our problem. No, because she so badly, for whatever reason, wanted a boy. And I don't think her husband's child is much better than Sammy. A small price to pay. Then you can go pay that price, Dare, because I'm not. I'm gonna be hunting for a decent Nidoran for a bit. That's fair, but you've got quite a few years ahead of you before that's a thing. My nephew is my youngest in regards to the 3 from that group. The oldest had a child 2 years ago, when she was 14, 15. The middle child is very much like me and Mom in regards to not doing much. Hi, Munchie! I see that you are living for the day. And then the 11-year-old has always been the problem child. What are you up to, Munchie? Done anything fun today? Always says. To be fair, I don't think your dad's opinion counts there. This is on PC. But they also have a mobile version of it too. There's a Mankey. Mankey or Machop? Which fighting type do I want? Or do I want a fighting type at all? Tourney on Halo or tourney on something else? Oh, I haven't gotten around to fighting gyms yet, so we'll see. On party animals. Who'd you end up against in the second match? Tomorrow you have a tourney for Halo? Found out he unironically likes the funny mustache man from the 40s yesterday, so I'm trying to Funny mustache man? I see Phase on the tourneys. Oh no! Munchie's in for an interesting day. Fair enough. Jolly says you're always in for an interesting day, Munchie, when you sign up for Halo tourneys, so good luck. Who's attacking you now? Oh, you got dispersal wolves coming for your pups as you're trying to relocate, or are you on the hunt? Finding food. Are you after the rendezvous thing already? Oh, well, I know you'd capped out at 20 pounds while moving the 5 kilometers for the Achievie. Fair. One of the older ones, the yearlings? Okay. So you've got dispersals coming to court one of your pups. One of your pups took over another pack and has been coming to kill your current pups. That German mustache man. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I wouldn't know how to process that either, Dare. I really wouldn't. Huh? Did you say one ran or one frame? Oh, okay. I thought you said one frame. I was like, how did you drop down to one frame? Like, I get you have 19 dogs, but... I was about to say, what happened to the other 9 dogs? That's fair. I'm going to laugh if you get another 7-pup litter. You're lucky I got you a list of at least 7 per litter for at least 3 litters. Fair. Sprite! Kitty, 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 kitty. He specifically says he had some good ideas but just implemented them wrong, so I'm trying to decide if I should try to rehabilitate him or just go as no contact as I can. Rehabilitation doesn't sound like a possibility. Have I ever had a Wolf Quest wolf live past 8 years old? I have barely aged up a wolf to 4 years old because I mostly only played in multiplayer until a little bit ago where I did some single player. Jolly, have you had one live past 8? You've had 4 of them live past 8? No. You're currently at age 5, so you've not hit 8 years yet. So, for both of us, the answer is no. 58 Achievies left or 58 Achievies gotten? Gotcha. In regards to me, I don't know if, well, in the multiplayer one, I'll probably have one hit 8. And single player, extremely doubtful. Saga usually will probably end up being the one I play if I do anything, dragging people into play. I'm not really good about playing it by myself. Unless I've got a goal in mind. And the reason I played it single player before was because I was trying to age up a wolf for a multiplayer game for the perks. Well, we were still aging them up for a multiplayer game. We just wanted the higher aged perks. That's fair. And you could not keep up a screen share for the life of you. Just had my wolf Echo survive to be 9 years old, and he is on his 8th litter of pups since he took over a pack at 1 year old. Oh, wow. Took over a pack as in just the beginning of the have pups thing, or took over a pack as if he went out and dispersed and actually took over one of the rival packs on the map? Gave my cat some catnip and I am probably going to regret. That's fine. Mine hasn't had catnip and he's meowing up a storm because he's locked in for the night and upset. We'll just see if his sister ends up turning him into a chaos gremlin again. Though Coco may have gone and hidden in the clothes storage in my parents' room. How old's your cat? Shrimply, hello! Hello, just wanted to stop by. Can't stay long. Hope you have a good stream. Sounds like you got a busy night ahead of you. I hope you have a good night, Shrimply. Thank you for dropping by to say hello. Sprite. Buddy. Sitting here walking slow through the grass instead of on my mount. Have Jolly force love onto him. Sprite will probably bite her, to be fair. That doesn't mean he won't bite. It is Sprite. Bonus. No. Well, yeah. Jolly, that's not how that works. No, that's not how that works. Let them go through the courtship process. You are not selling your daughter off to another pack. No. I don't care if you're hungry and your affinity's dropping. The 2 males or your daughter, too? Okay. Oh, good grief, Sprite. Right? Yeah, buddy. I know, you want outside. You're so mad. You're so mad. Here, go lay down. I don't care if you worked hard for the spot, Jackson. Hand it over. It's mine now. Yeah, the rival, I'm putting rival in quotation marks that you can't see, but the rival Jackson he starts out with an Eevee. He is not, I don't know if you've watched the anime. If you have watched the anime, and I can't remember if it's the Ruby Sapphire arc or the Diamond Pearl arc, there's a character with purple hair named Paul. He's a bit like Paul. No, I should probably heal first. Stats aren't bad, other than the nature, but that can be dealt with. You can just be a story Mankey. I don't particularly need you for the gyms, because I do have Squirtle for the most part, and don't think there's really anything other than the rock gym that would require a fighting type to start with. Boulder, Cascade is water. Thunder is Lieutenant Surge, so electric. Rainbow Badge is grass type gym. Psychic, which is super effective. Marsh. Is Marsh poison? Marsh might be poisoned. Could have sworn I heard a Rimworld notification for a split second over your mic. Rimworld, probably not. Jolly doesn't currently have it open. So, and I don't own the game. I've debated on getting Rimworld. I don't really, know how well my attention span with my ADHD would go for it. So, partially avoiding it until I fully know on whether I can commit. I'm really bad with material management games. I do have one called Stellaris that was a gift, and I've only played it the one time with the person that gave it to me. Marsh Badge. Marsh Badge might be poison. That's fair. I only got through Stellaris because I had someone playing with me. It has so many DLCs, Dare. I don't even know what to make of the thing. I barely understood half the stuff I was dealing with while playing. All I knew is apparently I was doing really good because I connected to some other group really early on. And other than that, I was lost. That's fair, dear. The question is, am I going to be willing to get it eventually? Because I always talk myself out of it when it comes around time for me to try. I am not going through the process of disabling your mods. I don't know how many you have. Yeah, Jolly means for RimWorld. Which one? I'm surprised it wasn't Coco. It's your fault for getting a human-sized dog bed.
She likes it.
Okay? And one of these days she's gonna rip it apart. You don't have the money to buy another one. You are not robbing a bank, and if you do, I am not being your getaway driver. The what? No clue. You're too much of a twig for that. Well, I just got paid and I am streaming RimWorld next Thursday, so you'll have to find— Ooh! I mean, Jolly's got mods on hers. She says they're not hard to disable, but I'm also, like I said earlier, lazy. Marsh Badge. I think Marsh Badge is the poison one where Koga is. I don't know for certain. Volcano is Blaine, that's fire. Earth Badge is Giovanni, which is ground. I don't think Mankey will do me much good for ground type, so the stats are good. I'll keep it off to the side and potentially EV train it at a later date. That's one button click too many, Dare. Just started playing RimWorld, so besides the DLC, I'm playing vanilla. Want it, but need to finish some of the other games I started. Wolf Quest Addiction first, and back to David Diver. Partner plays David Diver, and it looks so fun. It is. I beat it, but wanted a fresh playthrough. Even then, I don't know if I would want to deal with her laptop. I just had to play Tech Guru for her laptop 2 days ago. No, go ask Munchie. Oh yeah, he's in the chat. Munchie, Jolly has a question for you. Also can't play the RimWorld DLC until mods get updated. I figure out which ones are obsolete due to getting added this update. I love the ideology and biotech DLC so far. And this is where I get lost. Okay, I don't need to talk to them. Royalty is really fun too, and normally would be last in list to get, but is fun from what I've heard. Do you want to see if he wants a lickable treat? Just to get him to shut up. They're laying over on the bed. They've technically each had one this morning, but it was really early. And considering Mom won't be home to give them their late night snack, it wouldn't hurt. Royalty is next on my list, besides Odyssey, of course. I don't want Anomaly. Simple doesn't want Anomaly. Jolly says they don't blame you. She stepped away to go and feed a yowling cat that, for whatever reason, will not stop crying. You've heard, but I bought Anomaly for you. She probably hasn't touched it yet. I know she said she had one that she hadn't fully gotten into, depending. Yeah, Dare, it's been a year, and do you know how ADHD works within a year? I honestly don't remember the last time I've seen her on RimWorld. It's not been any time recent, at least. I just realized I have a female Squirtle. Actually, I can probably find out the last time Jolly was on RimWorld. Hold on. Friends. I think that because I can get super hyperfixated and it can last years. Heck, my Sims hyperfixation. Jolly is big on Sims too. My last hyperfixation was Rune Factory 4. Though I do adore all Harvest Moon and Rune Factory games and Story of Seasons, Rune Factory 4 was my biggest hyperfixation. Dara's complaining that you've not touched Anomaly. There in the last 2 weeks, I don't think Jolly's played RimWorld at all. It doesn't even show up under the top 30 games. Jolly does not currently have the capability to stream. She usually joins me for mine. Once she gets the space and hardware to be able to, she does intend to start streaming, but we don't have a timeline on when that'll happen. I have told her that if she feels like it, she is free to just start up my games and start up my software and stream from my account if she wants to. She is yet to take me up on that. She thinks that she's going to be a boring piece of cardboard. You can't just have your laptop volume up at your random decision and expect me not to question why I hear gunfire walking back into my room after coming home from work. That's fine. You missed my conversation with my coworker earlier and my full-on word vomit. She made a comment because we were pre-labeling a bunch of clearance stuff in the bins so the other one could take it out when she reworks the clearance aisle next. And, we were doing something stupid, I don't remember exactly, but she makes a comment, she goes, "We need to be committed." I said, "Aren't you already committed? You have a husband and I'm single." And she goes, "Not what I meant." I was like, I meant to say, is marriage not in itself an insane asylum or an institution? And it came out, does not marriage count for that? And it took me 3 tries to correct myself, and I still could not do it because my brain was determined that does not marriage count for that was what I had to say. No, my broadband just disconnected during work this morning. Gunfire isn't even the worst part. My stream is like, why is there drugs and cannibalism and slavery in this game? Lol, I'm like, don't worry, I don't use the second 2 things. Only the first one in my game. Gotta have my smoke leaf cult. Ah, come on. Give me some decent stats for a Nidoran at least. Right now I'm trying to find a Nidoran female with decent stats before I continue, while also leveling up my Squirtle in the process. If I'm gonna continue, while Kanto's not too bad story-wise, later on in the other areas, you definitely need Pokemon with good stats and EV training to make progress, even more so when it comes to events later down the line. So I figured I'd try and get decent stats to start with before anything else, even if I can't fully EV train them right now. I can do so off camera easily. But these orange numbers, I'm trying to find one that's got decently high for most of them. Like this Nidoran right here has fairly high for half of their stats. I'd prefer it for at least 4, if not 5. Like the Squirtle I started with, her stats actually are really, really high for a starter. That was a really good roll for her. The only one that's not decently high is the attack stat. It's fairly low compared, but not as low as it could be, since that could be as low as a 1. But it's definitely going to be a special attacking Squirtle versus a physically attacking. If it's boring, I am sorry. I did not mean to open my bag. I don't need the Mankey. I just got a decent Mankey. to sleep. I might have to circle back and look for a Nidoran at a later point in time. See if I can find anything in the forest instead for now. Verther has an old tower with most of a PC in it. I'm thinking of stealing it. We don't have the space for it to be set up, Dare, even if you did. We really don't. Dare's thinking of stealing a PC for you. We don't have the space for it, but... You are not setting up a complete desktop in front of my mini fridge. I will throw you out. You contemplated it. I saw that expression. Concrete slab out back. I was gonna say you'd have to haul it in every day. I'll send us there. We don't have the space. We rent. Is it? That's what we said yesterday, and then it never showed up. I'll send some masked goons to vandalize them. Dare. Oh, that is a Metapod. I do not feel like getting a Butterfree. You are not providing solutions. You are providing more problems that would cost more money. Because it cascaded into more problems. They are not solutions. If they cannot solve something without causing more issues, it is not a solution in my book. Big no. I will stamp your forehead with a red X. I'll send Jolly to your location. She'll take away the Captain Krabs plush that you have. All of them. She can pick up the tower while she's here. I thought you only gave her the Cthulhu one. Gave her Crab Thulu and Bubbles, the OG Crabs plushie I gave my little cousin. Ah, gotcha. So when are you getting the extras? Also, Bubbles is the cat, right? Yeah, obviously you gotta get yourself extras. And the off chance that she rips them. Slime filled with bubbles. Gotcha. Is Ducky? Okay. Of course I failed to run away. Out of curiosity, I want to see your stats. About mid-tier, I'd say. Definitely don't have the attack boost that you'd want from the nature instead. Thank you. I hope you have a good day / night too. Thank you for dropping in. It was a very welcome surprise. Hello there. How are you doing? No? I've played this in the past. Definitely been a decent while since I've streamed it. Yeah, it's been a while since I've played, but I wanted to play again. I went through the effort of putting my spacebar as one of the side buttons on my mouse, and I am forgetting to use the side button on my mouse. think the first time I played was definitely some years back. I don't even remember what the account name I used back then was. It was back when the servers were called Red and Blue, I think. Before they became Silver and Gold. I have played on and off since then, but it's been a while since I fully committed to actually going through and doing anything. Was there a yellow? I couldn't remember if there was a third one or not. I just remember red and blue at the very least. There very well I cannot talk today. There very well may have been. I just remember I initially played on both red and blue. Red initially when I'd started with the friends that came across this with me, and then blue when I ended up playing by myself. Because the initial two that got us into it stopped getting on, and I actually quite enjoyed the game, so it's definitely come a long way from back then, and it's really fun to see what they add into it. Blue did seem like the more popular choice. That, and it was, I think, usually the option on the left, so it was the go-to click one, I guess. The last time I played, I was playing on silver, but I now have reason to not be on there, so this is now on gold. Okay, I definitely want to get headbutt so I can start knocking things out of trees. I've tried to get some people into it. One of the people I got into it does still play on and off. I think he's got his own guild now, actually. A lot of the people I have tried to get to play, it's never really stuck for them, sadly. Yeah, at least they were willing to give it a try, and that in itself makes me happy. My bad habit is I don't have the tendency to be very social when I play games like this on my own. So even though there's so many other people around I could connect to, I end up just kind of closing myself off in a box and not doing much to talk to the community. Oh, Growlithe. Stats aren't the- oh no, that's special defense! That's the lowest you can have, buddy! I really feel like all my luck was wasted on the Squirtle I started with. Let's go grab the bounty from Officer Jenny for beating Gerald in... Cannot remember the name. Is it Viridi? Yes. That's fair. It can get like that in just about any MMO. I had one that I played fairly often for at least 8 years. And that community could definitely get bad. I want to start actually being social and talking to people now while starting this new character on Gold, but old habits die hard, so we'll see how I end up doing. I don't hold high hopes for myself. I am definitely trying to do a bit of a challenge run right now with this new one instead of making things easy for myself. Part of it already is starting in Gold, because otherwise I'd have access to old Pokemon and Silver that could easily sweep through all the regions, and I wanted to be a butt to myself for whatever reason. Dara, you don't like social interaction in the first place, let alone in a game. You go into games to bully people. Yeah, how I've got it going right now is gonna run. Oh no, my game crashed. Oh, of course it chooses to crash. Let me go ahead and do that until I can get it back up. Fair enough. But while I'm getting this launched back, the challenge that I'm trying to do, it's fine. I've had it up most of the day, to be fair. I kind of accidentally left it up while I was at work. So it probably needed a reboot. Yeah, I know. But the challenge I'm going with is I have to do 2 separate teams. I have a team that I'm gonna have to run for the gyms, and whichever Pokemon I use for the gyms, I cannot use them again while fighting the E4. And during the fights for either of them in one team, I cannot have duplicate primary typings. So since I'm running with a Squirtle slash Blastoise line, I cannot have any other primary water type set for my team. And now it's going to be the slowest restart ever for the game. I'm definitely going to have to circle back off stream and do some EV training and stuff while also looking for decently statted Pokemon that I want to use. The Mankey that's in the box right now has fairly decent stats, but I think I'm going to keep it set aside for the E4. Mainly because Squirtle's definitely had me covered for rock. I don't have much else to use it for gym-wise, since Squirtle will cover the ground gym at Giovanni's for the most part as well, too. Come on, please load. Yeah. I know they've got the EV training thing at the um, Safari stuff. Is Route 24 where the Safari is? Okay, right. So that's 2 places then. I know Safari Zone usually has, or at least in some of the later regions, has fully evolved Pokemon that you can fight against. So uh what fully is Route 24 then? Is it just a big diversity of Pokemon, or was it set up specifically for EV training? Gotcha. I will definitely have to give it a look when I get there then. It is determined to be slow in restarting. Yeah, dear. The non-existent one. So like during morning time on land spawn is for training HP, on water spawns is for training. Okay. I will absolutely keep that in mind. Actually, let me make a note of that. Land is for HP. Water is defense. Daytime land spawn for speed. Water for attack. Nighttime. Land for special. And water for special defense. Thank you very much for letting me know that. I greatly appreciate it. particularly want to use a Dustox quite yet. That is a very early Golbat. Do I dare chance you? Short a bit, you can see from the PR wiki, so you can always go. Okay. I know that the wiki definitely has a lot of stuff in regards to the maps. I always forget about checking it when I need it. So I should probably go and pin that to my bookmarks after stream. Not the worst Golbat, but could definitely be better. I always knew of the ones in the Safari Zones themselves. I've not really known of any outside, since it's not anything I particularly went looking for. But if it's something I can go to that would save me the Poke that it would cost me to use the Safari Zone, I will definitely be looking those up when the time comes for it. Once again, thank you very much for the pointers. That's very kind of you. I don't have Dig yet. be poison type if I wanted to use it. I don't foresee particularly wanting an Ekans right now. Poison's good for grass, but I can easily get a fire type instead. Though fire wouldn't really do me much good come Blaine's Gym. Okay. I think this is gonna be it where I call a stream for now, because I would like to go get food since I haven't eaten since I got home. Thank you to those that dropped by to watch. I hope you enjoyed. To the new people that came in, gave advice, or just sat around to talk, I thank you for that too. I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.